Hello, everyone. Have you ever regretted praying for patience? Sometimes when people are in the midst of trials in their lives, they'll joke that they prayed to God for patience and God gave them plenty of opportunities to practice patience. Sometimes God's answer to our prayers is to grapple with the very things that we are praying for. Isaiah, the prophet, was in a very unique position. He was to be a spokesman for God. One day, God allowed Isaiah to see the throne room of God and to hear and to see those angels whose voices were shaking the foundations, the thresholds, and the doorposts of God's throne room. And when Isaiah saw it, he was crushed. The greatness and holiness of that scene magnified Isaiah's unworthiness to do what he was called to do. And Isaiah cried out, "Woe to me! I am ruined, for I am a man of unclean lips, and I live among a people of unclean lips." Isaiah recognized his sinfulness, didn't he? He cried out to God. Do you know what happened next? An angel came and took a live coal from the altar that was in God's throne room. He flew to Isaiah with that live coal and he touched Isaiah's mouth with it and said this, "See, this has touched your lips. Your guilt is taken away and your sin is atoned for." Isaiah was forgiven for the guilt, the sin, and the unworthiness that he was experiencing so acutely at that point. Perhaps you are experiencing acute guilt and unworthiness for a sin right now. Maybe it's a sin that you committed with your hands or your eyes or your heart or your mouth. An angel isn't going to come with a live coal and take away that guilt, but that doesn't mean that it isn't forgiven. Whatever it is you've done, in whatever way you've done it, you need to know that your guilt is taken away. Your sin is atoned for. A live coal from the throne room of God is not the way you've been forgiven. You've been forgiven through the sprinkle of water that was connected with the name of the triune God. You've been forgiven through the body and blood of our Lord Jesus Christ given for you for the forgiveness of sins. You've been forgiven through the simple yet powerful word that Jesus Christ has given to his people. The very thing that you're grappling with right now, that's weighing you down and that's crushing you, that's exactly what Jesus died for. You need to know that today, that your guilt is taken away and your sin has been atoned for. God bless your week.